Hey guys, I'm Misha from Periphery.
And I'm Spencer from Periphery.
And we're going to do a track by track of our album. Now, track 1, as you guys know, is Insomnia. That one's kind of an interesting track. It was sort of like a new thing I was trying out at the time. I wanted to have like a faster, more sort of syncopated song, but I wanted there to be a flurry of notes, you know, in some of the riffs, but for it to all be very melodic. That was like the whole point, and that would be like the sort of the most important point of the song, is that I just wanted to be very melodic. And at the end, this sort of happened by accident, or it wasn't really planned, but it sort of worked out. And this is like how half of my stuff is written. But I was just trying this modulation, so the tempo is actually the same, but it like goes into this like triplet feel, and like I'm repeating some of the themes as layers. And that kind of worked out well, so I'm really proud of that song. That is one of the oldest songs that I've ever written. Like that thing was like 5 or 6 years old at least, and that was just kind of like, there's definitely like a lot of like Misha inspiration in that one, you know.
It's like the heavy brutal.
It is the heavy brutal song, and I wanted that one to be sort of like in your face, and that's pretty much like, that one was just like me just going for something aggressive there. Pretty simple. Letter Experiment is the oldest song on the album. That's track 3, and that one I don't even remember what I was going for. That one was so old. That one is like such a different like part of, when I look at it, like such a different approach to writing than maybe what I would have now. And it's been tweaked so much over the years. If you go to the SoundClick page, you can hear like the actual first version that I recorded like God knows how many years ago, and you can see just how much it's changed. It's probably become like 2 minutes longer, 2.5 minutes longer since then. But some things have stayed like really similar. Like the solo like has a few changes, but it's still like pretty much the same thing. And that song is just about being like sort of big, groovy, epic, and like having like the rock sections, but having the groove sections.
It's got the heavy stuff. Then the pretty. It's got.
And then you end on like a really heavy riff. And I remember like basing that song purposely around the 2nd fret, so that at the end I could drop it to that lower fret and it would like kick even harder. So it almost sounds like your guitar's in one tuning, and then like you dropped it at the end. That was kind of a purposeful thing. Jetpacks was, yes, track 4 is the newest song on the album, other than those of you who have heard like Captain On, which is the bonus track, but we won't talk about that just yet. Like Jetpacks was, I'd say, very heavily influenced by Yage Yazis, this band that I love from Norway, I think. It's weird, like, it's like if you did like jazz breakbeats and drum and bass, and they sort of made me want to have that aspect into it. But these repeating themes that go through the whole song, and that beginning line is like pretty much going through the whole song, and it's got some like Telephone Tel Aviv-esque aspects to it. But that one I wanted to be more like sort of like having an ambience to it the whole time, but like the riffs are almost Deftonesy, you know, like in just that sort of backbeat. And it's kind of a strange song, but I really like the way that song came out. You want to talk about lyrics on that one?
Yeah, the lyrics are kind of a cool concept. Actually, me and Misha kind of worked together on it. It's about this guy that has like the power to live forever, but I mean it's like an awesome power for him, but it's kind of like a curse because he outlives everybody he's ever known, his family, all of his loved ones, and he has to go out through the universe and find like life. And kind of just start over, and that's what that one's about.
Yeah, he's like sort of drifting through space as like this infinite being.